Hi, this is Lisa Kelly, Notre Dame author and class of 1993, and you are watching the Two Irish Brothers show. Cheers and go Irish.
Tyree. Here's Tyree with the lane. Tyree! Whoa! Can he get there? Tyree at the 30, 20, 10, touchdown, Notre Dame! Woo! 98 big ones!
How's it going, everyone? I am ND Sean 45.
I'm Irish Benjamin 57.
And together we make up the Two Irish Brothers show. You guys know what to do. It's been in the intro for a long time now. Hit that subscribe tab and also hit the like or the dislike tabs. Helps with the algorithm. And the two travel packages that we have been promoting, they are posted in the description box below, along with every social media platform that Ben and I are on. So you guys have no excuse not to do any of those things or have any excuse of where not to find us. You know where to find us now. So what's up, Ben? How are you doing today?
I'm doing good.
Awesome, man. Awesome. We both are doing good because Notre Dame got their third consecutive win last night, and it was over 16th ranked BYU. So our first beaten ranked opponent of the 2022 season. Does it get any better than that, Ben? At least for the time being?
Nope. No, it does not. You know, we took care of business. We did what we had to do. We got this victory, and on to the next. So, yeah,
Exactly.
I'm happy.
Oh, it was a great win without a doubt. Plenty of good things, but unfortunately, plenty of some. Well, I wouldn't say plenty, but some negative stuff.
Yeah,
But
always.
let's just get the negative stuff out of the way and get that put that behind us. So the final score is Notre Dame 28, BYU 20. And I got to tell you, Ben, in my opinion, this game should not have been as close as the score indicates, kind of like North Carolina.
No,
I mean,
exactly. And this is the bad. Yep.
So, and I think the big part of that is just our defense getting a little lazy. I mean, we had BYU in check the entire first half.
Yep.
Had them in check aside just one touchdown drive with them missing an extra point. Other than that, it was all Notre Dame in the first half. But we continue this unfortunate trend of letting our opponents back in the game. And I don't get this. We should have this figured out by now.
Yeah. I don't understand. I don't get it either because, like you said, we should have this figured out. And this is a habit towards the end of these games. And the issue at hand is not in these games per se, but down the road. When you play a Clemson or when you play a Southern Cal that has as good a firepower, if not better than you, and you're ahead and then they're making their comeback because a team like them would make you pay dearly compared to Brigham Young and North Carolina. Not to take anything away from Brigham Young and North Carolina, but that's the truth. So yeah, we got to knuckle down. I don't understand that at all.
Well, and the funny thing is too, when you look at the overall numbers, like of yards allowed and whatnot, and how their quarterback Jaron Hall performed, we held a lot of their guys in check. I mean, the only ones that we really didn't hold in check were receiver Cody Epps, who had 4 catches for 100 yards, 2 touchdowns. He was one that burned us quite a bit. Their running back Chris Brown Jr., he torched us for 86 yards on 14 carries and 1 touchdown. And I mean, but other than that, I mean, Jaron Hall, 9 of 17 for 120 yards, 2 touchdowns. It was nice seeing us get our first pick on the very first play of the game.
Yes, that was nice.
And but the thing is, Cody Epps, 100 of those yards went to him on passing from Jaron Hall.
Yeah.
So when you look at those overall numbers, I mean, we haven't beaten every category. We haven't beaten total yards, passing yards, rushing yards, yards per play. I mean, yeah, it's great, but just on the field, it didn't look so great. I don't know what it is, but
Yeah.
I just think we could have done a better job. We can't be doing this every game where we're letting our opponent back in the game. We put them away early. We should be putting them away for the rest of the game.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's like, and I don't know if it's lack of still not making second half adjustments. I don't know, but this is stuff we got to clean up as we head into well, I don't know if I'd say the heart of our schedule, because I mean we've got some teams coming up that aren't exactly on the high end, but we have Clemson right around the corner. We have USC right around the corner, and so on.
Yeah.
So it's not going to get any easier, and this is mistakes that we have to clean up before getting to them.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, and like you said, if we don't, we're going to be in trouble. But the task at hand was Brigham Young. We took care of business. A lot of people were nervous about this game. As you said, the score didn't show the domination that really happened in this game. The fact that Drew Pine had a 94.4 QBR is great to Jaron Hall's 54.7. I'll leave that at that. The fact that, Drew Pine had an average pass attempt of 9.4 yards to Jaron Hall's 7. I'll leave it at that. So, there were a lot of good things. There's a lot of good things in this game. Other than Ohio State, this Brigham Young team was probably the second best team we've seen all year. I would say they're better than North Carolina.
Yeah, to this point in the schedule,
I think that's a fair assessment. And we handled them pretty well. So that's a step in the right direction, in my opinion. And I'm not worried about scores. I'm not worried about the voters and all of that. What I'm worried about is improvement.
Yes.
Okay? And the improvement on the offense has been good. There were a few things that I didn't like yesterday. We'll get to that. But the improvement on the offense is great. And we have seen a tremendous turnaround. And this offense is running very, very smoothly under Pine. Very smoothly.
Well, let's
run better. It could run a little better. I'll give you that. But, if you were to tell me we lose Tyler Buckner, we get Drew Pine put in there, and we're going to have this kind of success with Pine, I would be happy with the situation in hand. So, and I am.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And Drew Pine, let's take a look at his numbers. And this kid, he's continued to get better and better every game since he's come in as a starting quarterback. I mean, last night, okay, my bold statement of him throwing for 300 yards, he missed it by 38 yards.
Not bad.
But you know what? I'm okay with that. He still was 22 of 28 for 260 yards, 262 yards, 3 touchdowns, and the 1 interception, which only happened because the pass got deflected.
Yeah.
But other than that, he was hitting on all cylinders. He was spreading the ball out. Michael Mayer, of course, he was hands down the stud for when it came to receiving. 11 receptions, 118 yards, 2 touchdowns. Jaden Thomas, nice to see him get involved with 74 yards on 3 catches with a beautiful touchdown catch off the dude's back.
Yes.
Lorenzo Style Jr.'s contributed with 40 yards on 3 carries. Braden Lindsey pretty quiet. And then it was pretty much quiet after Lorenzo Styles, but no, that whole offense was clicking, and even the running game. Now, the running game didn't have any touchdowns. They didn't find the end zone, but still, Audric Estime, 97 yards on 14 carries. Logan Diggs, 93 yards on 17 carries. Chris Tyree, 42 on 11 carries. So we're talking averages of 6.9 yards, 5.5, 3.8. I mean, that is finally seeing what this true three-headed monster can do.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and the thing was that we took full advantage because, we knew Brigham Young was going to struggle against the run. We knew that, if we get the run going, that'll open up the passing game, which it did tremendously. I almost said Komet. Mayer looked just absolutely unstoppable when the ball was in his hands, which was great. Great to see. You want to see your playmakers just take full advantage of those kinds of situations, which he did. I can't complain. I can't complain really much on the offense. You know, the only thing I can, is play calling. There were a couple play calls yesterday that, were head scratchers, but in the end, it's a victory. And a victory is a victory, and I'm not going to complain too much about it because at this point, it is win games and get better. We've seen it.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people said Brigham Young would be too much for us. Clearly, they weren't. A lot of people said North Carolina was going to be too much for us. Clearly, they weren't. So I'm liking where this team's headed. I really am.
They're getting better and better. The only thing that needs to come together is that consistency, especially on defense.
Yeah.
And just eliminating these little mistakes that you can't have happen. Like us getting stopped on the 4th and inches. I mean, come on, that's where the hog mollies up front gotta push, and you gotta get that first down. And defense, you can't be when you have your opponent back against the wall and it's 3rd and 17, you can't be letting them get a first down, which I think ended up turning into a touchdown drive, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
That stuff you have to clean up because the big boys on the schedule, which BYU is a big boy, but I guess I would say they're kind of lower down on that ladder when it comes to like a Clemson and USC and all that.
Yeah,
I'm not thinking
that both Clemson and USC would beat Brigham Young. I mean, I guess depending on situations and stuff,
I guess it's a tough call. I guess
one would think. I mean, just judging by what we've seen so far, I would say Clemson would beat Clemson more than Southern Cal, only because we know what Clemson is, and Southern Cal is still kind of on the rise. So, but yes, I would say that they both would definitely beat Brigham Young. Yeah, I was very satisfied with this game. Obviously, I would have liked to see more points, obviously, but a win's a win, man. Win is a win, and it's on to the next opponent.
And I just gotta say real quick to the couple guys that were really dogging us on our preview and getting personal with us. Yeah, what do you say now? Let's hear you. You still think we're high or drunk? No, I think we know what we're talking about. If a few mistakes didn't happen, our score predictions would be pretty accurate. Yeah. So, but I'm not. You're never gonna hear me complain about a win. But you have to point out the mistakes and show where this team can get better. So I'm not dogging on this team not one bit. I know our defense is really good, but they just got to clean up those few mistakes.
You hit the nail on the head, Sean. We know the defense is really good. The defense has to show that they're really good because we know that they can do these things. The problem at hand is that they're not happening on a consistent basis.
And the thing is, even though I'm talking about the bad stuff, they still did some good things last night. I mentioned the interception at the start of the game. They got a safety. They put the pressure on. They came up with the big fourth down stop to seal the victory. So there's a lot of good things they did last night. So I'm not trying to just focus on that, but I'm just saying those mistakes could have cost us.
Yeah.
Thankfully, they didn't.
For sure.
So, but yeah, I was really happy with what I saw last night. Always room for improvement. And also, Ben, you mentioned this briefly a few moments ago, but, I'm frustrated too about us not, the voters not giving us the credit that we deserve, I think, after winning 3 straight games. But you're right. Don't worry about the rankings. We keep winning. Those will take care of itself.
Yeah. Yep. And to me, the only rankings that actually matter at all is the playoff rankings when they start. That's the only ones that matter. And I know that we're not going to make the playoffs, and I get that. And people are going to be like, "Oh, there they go. They're going to talk about making the playoffs." No, but those have a bigger implication on bowl games as well. So
we're playing for either an Orange Bowl bid or a Cotton Bowl bid. So making the NY6 is what we're talking about, not necessarily the playoffs.
Yeah. Yep. So that's and I don't really care about preseason rankings. I don't care about in-season rankings by the AP poll or the coaches poll or any of that. I care about the selection committee, and that's it. And it is winning games. So,
and at this point, I want to win out and be selected to either the Orange Bowl or the Cotton Bowl, which we know at this point the Orange Bowl will be against an ACC opponent, and the Cotton Bowl will most likely be against the highest ranked group of 5. But we'll talk about that when that time comes, because we're far away from that yet.
Nope. There's a lot of ball still to be played.
Yes. So on that note, everyone, I think that just about does it for our recap of the Shamrock Series game, which we are still undefeated in.
Yes, we are.
And so with that said, I am ND Sean 45.
I'm Irish Benjamin 57.
And as we always say, good night, God bless, and go Irish.
Go Irish.